Oh, man.
But
you know what I've been doing a deep dive into lately? It's been coming up on my algorithm on YouTube, too, as well. Is
the
all
Kennedy assassination?
No. A whole bunch of like old Andy Kaufman clips and Tony Clifton.
Oh,
it's been coming up. It's been coming up all the time. I looked at one Andy Kaufman video, and now I get nothing but Andy Kaufman and Tony Clifton videos.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Did you just?
I can think of worse things.
Well, you're using your phone, but did you just get your alert? Because I got mine.
No, I didn't get it.
Oh, that's weird.
Mine still says that thing on it where it won't it says that your account's like only for kids or something and so it won't let me make it a thing.
Yeah, you were freaking me out when you texted me that because I started going into my settings and being like, oh no, maybe that's why.
Well,
I
that's
feel
what
like
I
I'm
thought.
not getting as many viewers as I think I should be getting lately.
Well, that's what I thought too. And there's other people who are like, I didn't get a ping.
Well, I know why we didn't get a ping last week though, because the YouTube rules. You can only ping 3 videos a day. Mm-hmm. So as a creator, if I make a 4th video the same day and post it, that one doesn't get pinged out.
Yeah.
And I uploaded like 4 of the racing videos last Sunday or last Monday morning at like 12:30, 1 o'clock, and then like at 1:30. So we used up our pings from last week. That's why I didn't get my ping. But I got it now because there's the bell and there's the thingy.
Yeah.
So
these things look nice.
What's that?
I got the new Reedy bullet connectors that are like silver or something.
Oh, I have some of those. They give those away free.
No, they don't. These are different.
Oh, they have they're taller.
Nachi. Yeah, they're not taller and they have the Nachi boy in them.
Yeah, that's so you don't strip out your wires like I do all the time.
Well, and mine are so dang tight. I have to pry them out of there.
Mm-hmm.
I figured this would be good for stock though, for truck. You know, silver coat I think these are solid silver. They smell like it.
Mm.
They have it might be.
Ooh, this microphone smells good.
What does it smell like? Does it?
I don't know. Does it smell like? It smells new. Is it new?
Does it smell like Teen Spirit?
Normally, it smells. It depends on who's been in here before me, but
it smells like Doritos and anus.
I'm just saying that if you drink a certain beverage in the morning, like coffee, and then the next person has to come in after you and do a show, sometimes you can smell the leftover coffee smell from that person's breath. It's, I'm just saying.
Stale coffee breath, not fresh coffee breath.
Yeah. I'm sure they free breeze in here. I'm sure my sister, who grew up in the same household that I did, is really on coming in here and tidying up and spraying Febreze everywhere and all that stuff.
Yeah,
I'm sure she's right on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see that.
I'm looking at her right now. She's the engineer today. My sister's the engineer. Say hi, Margie. See if she can get her on here.
Yeah. I definitely wipe things down.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Oh, look at you go.
Because I have become a germaphobe since...
Don't say it. Don't say the word. Don't say it.
But okay, so you're saying since then, so only a couple years, because I became a germaphobe. Probably it took a couple years, but I mean, I'm basically married to a germaphobe, and so she's turned me into a somewhat more cleaner person.
Mm-hmm. Well, I will say what helped me a lot was the few months that I lived with you. I made my bed every day, cleaned all it, tidied up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Gretchen's awesome.
Yeah, no, Gretchen will do that to you.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah. Even though I never did it before I met her, I flip over hotel cushions and stuff and check for bug bites or bugs or whatever, just in case. I do that now.
That's smart.
I never did that before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, don't forget Pivot.
We're not going to forget Pivot. We're getting there.
I almost did.
Okay, well, we better start because we're kind of running kind of late. My son's texting me. He's at work trying to find something, and he knows. You would think he'd know better than to call right now.
Yeah.
Anyways,
stupid idiot.
Yeah, what a stupid idiot. Hey, this is Alex Sturgeon with the Hobbytown Hobbyplex. and with me as always,
Will Brenton.
And we're here to talk about, I don't know what we're going to talk about today, quite honestly. I mean, we were going to talk about race results, of course, but you weren't there, so you don't know what went down. And
nah.
it was kind of a light turnout, so you know, there was some stuff going on this weekend, though. What does J Concepts call their carpet series?
The NTCS, National Carpet Turf Series.
Did you watch any of that footage?
A little bit. I didn't even know what was going on.
Well,
until it was going on, and then I tried to win that buggy that Jason raffled off.
Right. Yeah, that is true. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
anyway, go ahead.
Did you know that this show is brought to you once again by Pivot Lending Group? You can find them.
Really?
Yeah, you can find them at pivotlending.com.
Oh, wow, what a surprise.
Yeah. Mention our show to either Don Zoller, who I believe still works there, and Aiden Olson's dad, and get yourself a $500 lender credit or a 0.125 off your interest rate. The only reason why I said that is because we haven't talked to her in like 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that'd be funny if like she left the company and we kept telling people to call up there and ask for Don Zoller, and somebody finally did, and they're like, she hasn't been here in like a year, you know?
Yeah.
It would be funny. I'm not saying that that's happened. I'm just saying, wouldn't that be funny?
Yeah, it'd be hilarious. I agree.
Yeah, it was great. So mention our show and get that deal, because you're probably running out of time. I shouldn't say that either. I don't want to mess the whole mortgage thing up with our sponsor. I'm just saying that interest rates are inevitably going to get higher, and so that means that I believe that mortgage rates will get higher. So if you're going to do something, you better hurry up and do it now before our economy just takes a giant dump on itself and smears it all over the wall.
Yeah. That's our economy. Yeah. Yeah.
Honestly, real estate and home ownership, even in a downward economy, is still one of the more safe places to put your money. Because inevitably, even after the recovery, inevitably it'll be worth more. Or at least you can get your money back. Put it that way.
Yeah.
I know this is completely off topic, but I was thinking about something today, and this goes into how we need to fill an hour of time worth of stuff.
Hold on 1 second. Dash is caught on a.
Your dog is caught on something?
Oh nope! There she got.
Oh,
she
there
got
she
it.
goes.
Her,
God, that's
what?
happened this weekend too. I got something to tell you. It's bonkers.
Okay.
And
yeah,
it's
her
about
claw
dogs.
was like caught on a blanket or something down here. She's trying to get out. It's funny. Anyway, go ahead.
Anyways,
Sorry.
you know what? I don't want to put a big downer on the show. I'm going to skip what I was going to talk about.
What do you mean?
Well,
The dog?
No, I saw something. I knew it was happening in the world, and I saw something on the news last night where like a real estate financing company from like Ohio has purchased like 400 homes in 2 zip codes in Omaha over the last couple of years. And you know those signs and ads where somebody will give you cash for your home or whatever. A lot of times that's an real estate investment company where they're going to take your home and flip it, or they're going to keep it and rent it out instead of having just a straight up homeowner and stuff. And it got me thinking about stuff, and I was kind of bummed out that that's allowed to take place. But at the same time, see, the libertarian in me, if I really go by what I should believe, is like, well, but sorry about your luck. That's the way that life should be. But then the socially conscious, soft-hearted person in myself is like, well, no, there should be like a rule where you have to like, there should be a rule where you have to like either live in that house that you bought or at least have like a stake in the community. Like you should be at least from Nebraska. Like if you're gonna have a finance company that owns a whole bunch of rental properties in Omaha, you should at least be from Nebraska, right?
That's the way some places in Colorado are to own a home in certain areas, I think.
I don't know.
If I'm not mistaken, like, I don't know, we are sponsored by a real estate company that I think has a place in fucking, or
we're totally off the rails tonight.
Colorado.
Oh, I know. And there was on the national news, there was a couple weeks ago, there were some HOAs in like Atlanta that have a rule in place where there's a residence.
Oh, maybe it's just different HOAs, or maybe it's like an HOA or something. Because like where the area that my mother-in-law's boyfriend they built this house, or they got a house. I don't know. They own property, a livable dwelling there, and I think it is their HOA that they had to get they had to jump through some hoops and pay some extra stuff, and somehow own this house. I think I don't know. Yeah. I don't know a lot about it. Honestly.
I mean, rental properties are an important part of our of a functioning society. I just think that it's bullcrap that a company can come in and just buy a bunch of homes and jack up the rental prices twice the price.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't know how anybody can afford to rent.
No kidding.
My house is cheaper to own than it would ever be to rent.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I'm just saying what's on my mind today.
Yeah.
Anyways. Okay. So let's go back to RC cars.
Oh. All right. I guess.
All right.
If you want to.
Dude, I watched some of the mains so far. I haven't finished them all because it's like 6 hours of mains. But I was working on the Axial base camp video last night, and so I had YouTube up on my TV, and then I had my phone because everything was on my phone this time, and I was trying to edit it all together. And I got very distracted by a couple of the mains. The first 4-wheel drive A1, you got to watch.
Okay.
It's insanity.
I would have watched it. We were camping, so.
No, that's true.
Yeah, we were camping our butts off.
But Dakota was winning, and then all of a sudden, Dakota's gone. Like something shut off on his car or something like that. I never got to scoop on what happened to it. Maybe somebody in the comments can tell us. But then Rivkin and Brock Champlin had this crazy knockdown, drag-out 4-wheel drive race. Like wheel to wheel for multiple laps. They touched, they banged each other a few times coming into corners, and it was nuts, dude.
Really?
Yeah, and I know Brock won A1, but I think Spencer won the whole thing, so I need to find out how that happened because I got spoiled a little bit. I saw it on the J Concepts page, and I'm like, oh, Spencer won. Okay, well, I got to figure out how that happens. So, at least 4-wheel drive. I didn't even see the other ones.
Yeah.
I liked how they had their track. I think Northwest Hobbies is holding the Roar Nats too this year.
Yeah.
And their track's pretty freaking sweet. Their carpet track is.
Oh yeah, I remember that. It's like isn't Roar having a carpet nationals and then a dirt nationals? Interesting.
They asked me if I wanted to announce it.
What'd you tell them?
I couldn't because I had already committed to announcing a race that weekend somewhere else.
Aw.
So kind of bummed out on that one. If I would have known that, maybe I would have tried to rearrange the schedule.
I put the factory team bell cranks on my V6.4, the new ones.
Nice.
I also have the plus 2.5 and minus 2.5 bulkhead for it. So.
We just got in a whole bunch of parts, and I actually got them up on our associated wall in order. So if any of you guys break stuff with the new car, we've got some stuff up there, and it's actually should be findable by one of our kids or whoever. Or me. So
I got the longer chassis plate. I don't know if I'm going to try it or not.
A longer chassis?
Yeah. This one's the plus 3mm one.
If you put that on, can I have your other chassis?
No.
Oh. Okay.
Why? Why would you want it?
Because I want to try the shorter chassis.
Oh. Well, it wouldn't. The kick-up angle on the front of this thing's different.
It is?
Like you can't just drop this thing on your car.
Oh.
Along with the side rails are all different.
Well, I know the side rails are different, so I ordered the chassis and the side rails.
Yeah, you have to get I think that you can actually use the old bulkhead. I think you'd have to get some of the other parts too.
Oh.
Or at least the front, like upper ball stud mount and hinge bell crank mount.
Oh.
And I think you'd have to get those other plastic parts. I think you might be able to do it.
Okay. Might as well just get a new car then, huh? I don't know. I'm not gonna go there yet. I'm gonna keep driving my car.
Okay.
We'll see. All right, fine. Hang on a second. Man, that's good. That's been simmering in Margie's refrigerator since last week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
What's that?
Michelob.
Oh, man. I want a Michelob. I got almonds here, too. I needed some sort of protein. I was, like, super tired because I was up so late and then I had to work.
Yeah.
So. Oh, see, I got to watch A3 because Bill Collins just said in the comments, A3 for Mod 4 Drive has a battle between Brock and Spencer also, and they were both not happy with each other.
No, really?
Yeah, so I got to watch that. I only got through A1, and then I watched 13.5 A1, and I watched the independent 13.5, and that's about as far as I got before I fell asleep. So I went to sleep because I was so tired. You know what happened? So, for those of you guys that are watching, some of you guys are Patreon members, so I spelled one of the Patreon names wrong. So I edited it, got it all together, and I was going to upload it in the morning, but I looked at it one more time to proofread it. This was like at 3 a.m. in the morning. And then I was like, I looked, and then the Patreon thing at the end came on, and I looked at it, I'm like, oh, I spelled that dude's name wrong. And it was so blatantly obvious that my phone didn't like the word, and so they changed it.
You spelled their name with a 6 or something?
I didn't catch it, and so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do that in the morning. So I went to sleep, and then I woke up and I went to work.
And then it's like, hey, my name's wrong.
Yeah, I didn't want to do that. That would suck.
Mm-hmm.
So, so there you go. And I'm halfway done with our Adrenaline RC video.
Oh yeah, I was looking for that on the page.
Nope, it's not up there yet.
It yet.
It's I took so much footage.
Yeah,
that
believe it.
It's been tough to pick through, and the video is going to be like probably close to an hour long. Yeah, and that's with me editing down. Like I didn't want to make full qualifiers because each one of those is 6 minutes, and who wants to watch a car with a bad camera angle for an entire 6 minutes? So I
just get the highlights.
Yeah, I split them up into highlights basically, and
it's like the old Gene Hustig videos. I think he would just do highlights.
Yeah, we're still at 20 minutes. Halfway.
Wow.
So. Woo! So there you go. What else happened this weekend? Nothing? You went camping?
Yep.
All right.
Played Majora's Mask in the camper pretty much all weekend.
Nice. Yep. My fishing spot finally woke up. That was nice. That was super fun.
Wow.
And caught a bunch of catfish. Nice big ones.
Wow.
And Emerson was asleep, so I left him at home. I just went out there by myself. I was at my super secret creek spot until like 11:30.
Yeah.
Wednesday night. And I have these LED headlights, right? And I don't turn them on unless I catch something or unless I want to look at something. So otherwise you get bugs all over you. And I heard a rustle across from me.
Heard a rustler?
No, like a rustle, like leaves or whatever.
Can you describe the rustle?
Like a
oh, okay.
Like that. Anyways, so I turned on my light, and there were 3 raccoons and their beady little eyes just watching me the whole time. Just watching me fish.
Mm-hmm.
So, about another
They're
half
probably
hour.
like, I bet that guy's going to go to Wendy's after this.
They're probably waiting for me to leave a fish on the shore, like a carp or something.
Yeah.
When we catch carp in this spot, we don't put them back in the water. We well, it depends on which kind of carp it is, but I caught a grass carp out of there. You're not supposed to put grass carp back. Asian carp.
What are you supposed to do with them?
Well, you're supposed to keep them, or at the very least, like leave them on the bank. And I'm
Muay Thai's them.
I'm personally not for that. I don't. It's a living thing, you know. Mm-hmm. So what we do is there's a little feeder creek, and it's
I thought you were gonna say there's this rock, and we put its head on the rock.
Smash its head on the rock. But there's this feeder creek, and it's dammed up to the point where nothing can really get back into the creek, and so we put any carp that we catch in this little feeder creek in this spot, and a lot of times we'll come back a couple days later, and the fish will be gone. Mm-hmm. And there's no real physical possible way for that to escape. So
you think they come and get him? Or
I think the raccoons are like, freaking sweet. Check this fish out, and they grab it and they munch on it. We did see a fish carcass near
like,
it.
This is no Wendy's, but
yeah, we did find a fish carcass, like a a fish skeleton that matched the size of a fish we recently put in there. So that's what Emerson and I think happens. So in a way, we're kind of feeding the raccoons in a way, I guess.
I finally got a high voltage, or like a nice aluminum fan for my truck.
Nice.
So,
nice.
Obviously, it's a reedy one, but
yeah.
I just have been rocking this plastic one for forever.
Yeah, that's all Emerson's got his. Yeah, racing one.
Yeah, this is just a reedy plastic one. Works good, runs hard. Anyway,
are you gonna race this weekend when I'm gone?
I don't know. You're not gonna be there?
I'm not gonna be there. I got a graduation party.
Well, Erin's gonna be out of town visiting her brother and our niece. So, and I'm for more like a whole Memorial Day weekend. So I don't know. I'm kind of got a lot of free time. So I don't know. I might work on my Trail 70 or might go work. I don't know. Get stuff done around the house. Be nice.
I found out that Gretchen's brother had a Trail 70.
Really?
Recently, yeah.
You tell him I'm restoring one?
No, we haven't talked to him yet. I'll talk to him this weekend about it.
Oh, really?
But she was like, I can't remember what my brother's bike was. And so we called Drew up and asked him, and he's like, oh, I had a Trail 70. And I'm like, no way.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know what I need to bring up.
Why?
The J Concepts race is officially full.
Oh, really? Who filled it up?
Well, everybody. Did we talk? Was it full last Monday, or did that happen this week?
11 spots left.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And I have a waiting list going. I've had a couple people contact me, wanting to know where the sign up was, and I'm like, well, it's closed. It's full. So they're the first ones on the waiting list, which is good because there's always going to be somebody that doesn't come or that doesn't by the time the deadline comes. We talked about that last week. I can name like 5.
I haven't even seen the list, and I know who's signed up that's not going to be there.
So yeah, you guys, you have until June 20th.
Wow.
And then I'm going to take you off the list and open it back up or fill it in from the waiting list and go from there. So got to get paid by June 20th. PayPal, it's is the easiest way, or you can do it in the store if you're local. That actually saves us a couple bucks, so do it in the store. I got the sign up sheet upstairs. Make sure that whoever's ringing you up for that, make sure that they actually fill you out on that sheet of paper. Otherwise, it doesn't do me any good to know that you paid.
Yeah.
So there you go. Kind of a down weekend for us. It was really nice out Friday and Saturday, though. To be honest with you,
hard to beat that
Friday. Friday, I did not want to be there. I wanted to be on my scooter.
Mm-hmm. I rode my scooter around on Sunday. I cleaned the air filter on it and did some other stuff. Cleaned the carburetor, changed the plug. I usually change the plug once a year, and anymore. I mean,
yeah.
And then what else did I do? Change the belt. I think that's about it. And that thing runs like $1 million now. I think the best it's ever run.
Nice.
Everything's all broken real nice, and the thing it started doing. Usually, it would only do like mid-range wheelies, like start picking up the front tire up off the ground. Like I don't know, like when it's cold out. Now it's doing it when it was like warm the other day. So
that's the bummer about my Navi, is it looks like a Grom. Mm-hmm. So anybody that I pass that knows what a Grom is always looks at me and goes, "Hey man, do a wheelie, wee!" And I'm like, dude, hey, I'm fat and slow, and B, this bike won't do a wheel. I don't think it'll do a wheelie, or if it does, it'll be a scary wheelie.
It'd probably do it. I don't know. I have no desire to try and do wheelies on motorcycles anymore.
No
I
way.
used to. I used to do it all the time. One time, my neighbor and I my neighbor has this CR 125, and him and I were drinking in his backyard. I think we were drinking like booze, like whiskey. We were hanging out in his backyard, and it started to get dark out. And he's like, "Hey, it's a really good idea. We should totally get the motorcycles out." I was like, "Yeah, that's a great idea, man. We should totally do that. Why haven't we been doing that?" And so we get the motorcycles out, and we're running them up and down the street, and like where I live, and I go down like 4 or 5 blocks, and then go back up to 17th Street and ride a wheelie all the way up to my street, and turn down my street going downhill, doing a wheelie all the way downhill, and then pull into his driveway or whatever. When my wife, she came home like shortly after, and she was like, "There was some idiot with a backwards hat on doing a wheelie like all the way down," and I was like, "That's
man, what
weird.
a dumbass."
We should move. And no, I just I don't. Like great. I was doing practicing wheelies on my Zuma last summer, and I flipped it backwards, like it was off the ground, went like right out from under me, because the power band of that thing, like it just hits it and it just starts ramping up, and just went like just directly, and I was on the ground, and I skinned up my arm really good. So, dude, I just don't do it anymore. Not on that thing. Maybe it's setting with a clutch and maybe 4-stroke.
My bike got knocked over by the wind, and it bent.
Really?
It bent my front brake lever.
Oh, what a bummer!
I know. I was pretty butthurt. It was really windy that day, though. It's probably my fault for leaving it parked in front where the wind could get to it.
Just around the river bend?
No, it was right on
the wind blows.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What's that from?
Pocahontas.
Oh my God! No, the only reason why I asked you is because my sister knew that. She's in there laughing. She's cracking up. You found a reference that my sister knows that I don't even know. I don't even think I saw Pocahontas.
I never seen it either. They said that.
Is that from the song?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like the song from the movie.
Okay. Maybe I have heard that before.
It's really stupid.
That's pretty funny. Let's talk about racing.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay. So kind of a down weekend as far as our entry count goes, but still fine. Nothing wrong with it. Friday, we had 32 entries. There was B main and Plex. I think there was 3 heats of Plex. 2 heats. There were still 2 heats of Plex spec. So that's always good. My saying, Friday nights, as long as there's a full heat of Plex, I don't really care what happens beyond that. So, Carson Floor with the Plex spec B main win. Chris Bagley, Joshua Goodall. That's a new name. Logan Kosiski, Bubba Buckley, Leyland Peterson. I got
Leyland.
Levi Weaver and Leighton Kosiski. So there was more Kosiskis racing. Your buggy main had Aiden Olson running the mod. Was he running a mod? He had to have been running a mod out in front, getting some track time. I did. That's right. I do remember. I went down after we closed and I saw him there. I was like, hey, what's up? Dave Kosiski. Pretty sure he's running a stock. Took the win in the stocks. Greg Million was second. Roger Nemec, Anthony Santee, Trevor Moss, Lily Kosiski, Emily Bagley, and Kevin Blowers. Plex Spec A main for Friday night. Sorry. There he is again. Ryan Nemec. Getting more Plex Spec wins. Mike Floor was second, followed by Roger. Then Lily Kosiski, Michael Buckley, and then the other Roger. So I think Roger A finished third. I did see the second Roger there. 13.5 4-wheel drive had Dave Kosiski with the win. Trevor Moss, Aiden Olson, Greg Millian, Corey Klabundi. And then Minnie Truggy, kind of a Friday night staple. Logan Prismanis, Caleb Singh, Kevin Blowers, and Emily Bagley. So pretty quick Friday night.
Pretty quick Friday night.
Then we had our first Saturday Truck Series on, obviously, Saturday.
Oh, what day is it on? And what vehicles do you race? Who was it? Jimmy Babcock posted that thing. It was like how much are pies, or is that whole list?
Yeah, there's a very descriptive advertisement for pies and how to contact the person selling the pies, and then it said something to the effect of like, "This is what our internet marketplace is like nowadays," and underneath of it are all these stupid ass questions that you get that can clearly be answered if they just read what was posted.
Yeah, like it said, please call, and then like one of the comments is, I tried to email, but I didn't get a response yet. Or, but that's like totally like RC racing. Like,
I was gonna say that. So basically, you go through all this trouble to make this beautiful, perfect flyer that has all the information that you would ever want or need. You know, what days we're racing, what classes we're gonna run. When does it start? When do the doors open?
What time is practice?
Mm-hmm.
That's got to be my favorite. Like, I ask you what time practice is.
Can we run boost in our speed controller in the spec class?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, no.
Oh, do you run boost? You run boost here?
Yeah.
Nobody does.
Nobody does. Exactly. So all these things, and you'll post it, and then the questions start coming, and I've gotten to the point where I don't want to sound like a dick. Where I'm like, did you read the flyer or not? But I'll be like, I'll take a picture, I'll take a screenshot of the flyer, and I'll circle the answer that's on the flyer to the question, and I'll just post that as the response.
My favorite is when you get a question like texted to you that's like, hey, Will, what's the part number for we'll just say the new aluminum bulkhead for the B6.4? What's the part number for that? And let's go to the website, look it up, screenshot it, circle it in the screenshot, and send it back. I'll be like, looks like it's, so and so.
My favorite is when somebody sees these questions, and they know that I can't say it. I can't say, "Are you stupid?" Like, there's a flyer literally right here that says what it is. But somebody will see these questions, and they'll just put on there like, "Dude, read the flyer. It's on the flyer. It's actually on the flyer." You know that big colorful thing with numbers and letters on it?
It's directly above like their question.
Yeah.
Like they're commenting on the information.
Yeah. It's like
if it's older folks, like I kind of get it.
Yeah.
Like, like the kind of old folks that try to order food from Country Kitchen Buffet through their Facebook page. Like anyway.
Today I was doing that associated aisle and cleaning it up a little bit. And when I say cleaning it up, see what happens is most of our parts inventory is behind a counter for a couple reasons. One of them, obviously, is the theft. We didn't have a whole lot of theft when everything was out in the open, but there was enough of it, and it was easy to do to the point that it became annoying when our inventory said we had 4 things, and you'd go to find that peg is completely empty because somebody needed 4 sets or somebody decided to just take 4 sets of Traxxas 1651 hexes. So your computer, your inventory says you have some. It says we have some online. These people come in. They go, hey, it says that you have this, and they show me their phone. I'm like, oh, yeah, sure. And then you'd go look, and poof, they're gone. So now...
And they're like, they're like,
I'm like, well, you should have called. And they're like, well, internet, which I get, well, most things nowadays, especially nowadays. This was like 4 years ago, 5 years ago. Anyway,
my favorite is when like you'd be on the phone, and it's always like the redneck dude that drives like 2 hours to come in the hobby town, and it's like they make a day out of it. They go to Famous Dave's, or they go to, they go into town to eat, and then they come out to the store, and they're like, hey, I called earlier about the dang old thing called about. I'm like, oh yeah, I was gonna go look while I was on the phone with you, but you hung up and we don't have any. It says we do, but we don't have any. like they're like, hey, do you have TRA 3232X? Oh yeah, that's a glow plug. We should have 1 million of them. Let me go look. And somebody stole the whole pile or something.
Yeah.
And like you're like, yeah, we should have 1 million of them. Let me. And then they click. That's happened to me before.
That was the worst. But when we had stuff out in the open, that was the worst, because I'd feel bad. Because I'm like, I'm so sorry. I don't know what to tell you. We don't know it's stolen until this moment,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
how do you think I feel?
Yeah.
Like,
now our
product
stuff
is out the door.
Right. Now our stuff is behind the counter, so everything is in numerical order, and that really doesn't happen that often anymore. And a lot of times, if it does happen, it's usually we're down to like one item, and we've had maybe one missing, or maybe it was used in a repair and hasn't been rang up yet or something like that. But even then, like, that's why everything is back there, so that we can find it for you, right? So I'm going through the associated aisle today, and I'm just flabbergasted by how stuff gets put in the wrong spot by our own guys. I want to stab myself sometimes in the face with a fork.
Oh, it's just totally not caring. Back in the day, my heyday, that was a fire, and you start throwing shit or throwing stuff random places in the store, like you get let go for that,
dude.
Like you just don't care.
I found what did I find? There was what part number was that? 91560 was on. There was 3 of them, and they were on top of 91650.
Oh, that's a little dyslexia.
So there's just like the numbers, but I'm like, dude, how in the world did this happen?
Why do you do this to me?
Why do you do this to me? But I cleaned it all up. I did the Traxxas style last week. That was hard, because we got in so much new. We got in all those sledge parts. We need to find a place to put them. So I had to
start moving stuff down.
Had to rearrange a bunch of stuff, and then once you do that, you basically got to just take every single thing and you move it down to make room for everything. We made room, but if Traxxas comes out with another new car that requires all new parts, we are totally screwed.
Oh man, there's this
no more room.
Yeah, when we moved the South store, when I was working there, to the new location that was just like 100 feet down.
Yeah,
we had guys from the home office. Now none of them are still there anymore, so it's fine. I can say this. Hey, and if you are still there, sorry. Like, I don't know. This is something you did wrong, and I'm not going to use your name, but anyway,
you know who you are.
You know who you are. Yeah. Anyway, so anyway, I'm like, I was like Jackson's age, right?
Yeah.
Working at Hobbytown, and like they're getting ready to put all this inventory back up on the wall. I'm like, whoa! Like I had all this like really organized. Like, do you need anything before you start, or whatever? And they're like, no, I've been doing this for years. I know what I'm doing. I get back over there. They have like peg hooks going like this, and like parts overlapping each other. I was so just like blind rage mad.
Yeah.
And I get over there, and I'm like Jackson's age. I'm like, what the heck are you guys doing? That looks like garbage. How are we supposed to hang parts like that? Like, how are you supposed to get anything off there without knocking everything off? Like, it is really annoying. Anyway, like I care about how stuff looks.
My pet peeve
put up on the shelf.
My pet peeve is not grabbing from overstock. That's one of my biggest pet peeves. We still have not as much as we used to, but we still have plenty of overstock. I don't understand why if you're in the tire aisle and you're looking at the tires, gold ellipses. We'll use this as an example.
Mhm.
Apparently, last summer series, people were being told that we were out of gold truck ellipses because there was
man.
none here on the shelf, but all they had to do was turn around. And there was like 80 pairs of gold ellipses sitting there waiting to get grabbed from overstock.
How do you pull the last one and not just
I
fill it?
texted Emerson. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah. How do you
we're
grab
not
the
out of
last
gold
one and not?
ellipses?
Yeah. Even do you guys face the store every night? Like walk the store and face everything and check for things that could go out? Why don't you do that? You should do that.
I know.
Why is that funny? Why is that
Because we
Like,
never do that. I've
you
worked
should
there for
do
18 years. We've never done that.
You should do that.
I did that in 2004 when I first started working there, and people thought I was nuts.
That's what you should do.
I know. That's because I used to do that because I used to work for Dan at East Park in Chad.
Yeah.
And that was and I used to go down there. I used to work all day on Wednesday to make it worth my time because I still lived in Omaha, and I was like, I'll give you one day to work. I used to go down there, and I used to get. Well, I won't even say that. But anyways, I used to I used to have to do the closing duties, and sometimes I'd been there since 9 a.m. in the morning, and I just want to go home. And Dan was like, "Have you faced everything yet?" I'm like, "No." He was like, "Well, you need to go do that." I'm like, "Okay, fine, I'll go do that."
Mm-hmm.
Then I do it.
But like, I don't know. I mean,
but
but
we do face stuff. I mean,
But the thing is you shouldn't have to do it.
Well, yeah, I know. You know who's really good about that though is Emerson. We try to keep all the shelves looking full. Like, you know, we've got the Traxxas wall with all the slashes and stuff. And I'll come in on a Saturday and I'll look up and I'll see 3 or 4 holes up there, and I know that we've got slashes. So I'll be like, "Hey, Emerson, do me a favor. Will you go up there and get all those up there?" He'll actually do it. So yeah, that's pretty nice.
No, a true champion of the highest caliber he is.
Yeah, sometimes.
But like that just really.
But he won't take out the trash of my house.
Yeah, that really butters my bread when people don't do that.
Yeah,
and I'm sure I know who didn't look. I'm sure you know who didn't look too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well. All right. Back to race results. That was a little rant session between
Was
you
it?
and I.
Was that the guy? Am I right?
I don't think so. Actually, no. I don't think it was. No.
Oh, okay. Weird. Anyway,
he tries to stay to his side of the store now.
That's cool.
Actually, he's got 2 sides of the store because our Gundam section's getting so popular.
Oh, really? Gundam style.
We sold 3 unicorn Gundams that are worth we sell them for $209.99. We sold 3 of them today.
Ooh.
We got in 7.
That's a lot of good profit.
Yeah, we got in 7. We're down to 2. Just like that, we got them in Thursday.
Heck yeah.
I'm building my little Warhammer army.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Super nerd.
That's cool. I've never done Warhammer.
Super nerd Alex Sturgeon coming to you. I'm gonna have a little Warhammer army. I have some RC cars. I got my little Star Wars Gundams.
Yeah, I've never tried playing it.
I gotta paint them. I'm gonna get some. Yeah. I'm gonna get some Vallejo paint and paint them. I'm gonna get those goggles that zoom in, so I can
magnifying glasses.
So I can paint the fine detail. Then I'm gonna play, and I'm gonna get really mad when I lose, and I'm gonna wear a cape and come back and yell at people.
Wear a fedora.
I just remember that one time. Have I told this story before? When I was working.
I don't know. You should. We got time.
All right. So I'm working at the Lincoln East Park store. East Park used to be next to a movie theater, and it was in a dying mall, right? East Park, right? I don't even know. Is East Park still there anymore?
It's just a movie theater. Actually, the stores are still there. They drywalled over the stores.
Oh.
Anyway.
So there was a Pokemon tournament going across. This is when I was running the Lincoln track, and Jim Pokemon. I was running the Lincoln track, and I was working usually just Wednesdays, but sometimes I'd work Saturday because why not, you know? And I didn't have to go down there. That was the thing. Like, I didn't have to work there. I just did because I worked on the track, and it was kind of extra money, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anyways, so I'm there on a Saturday. I have no idea what's going on because it's gaming, and I wasn't into gaming. I was into RC cars.
Mm-hmm.
And we're selling Pokemon cards left and right, and there's a tournament going
Pokemon?
on. Yeah, there's a tournament going on, and everything's going down. And all of a sudden, we hear this just epic scream from the Pokemon room. And everybody just super quiet. And everybody turns and looks outside the store. And I kid you not, there's this kid, this kid. He had to be like 8 years old. Had a yellow cape on. And he was screaming at the top of his lungs, running down the hallway. This is bad. Screaming at the top of his lungs that he was going to go home and get a shotgun and kill everybody because he lost his Pokemon game.
Oh, really?
It was the darkest yet oddly funny moment that I can remember, because it's this kid wearing a cape, super mad that he lost his Pokemon game, but also threatening to kill people with a shotgun. That was probably at his parents' house.
What year was this? What year was this?
2000.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Pretty close to
the whole Colorado thing.
Yeah. I was trying to think of the word that isn't going to get us demonetized.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a moment. We were all like, "Whoa, what is going on?" And
what'd they do?
I don't remember. I think they banned him. I think they banned the kid.
Really? How old was he?
He had to be like
10?
8 or 9 years old, I think. I think they told him he couldn't come back anymore, because that was when Merle was still around. Merle was actually playing that day. I remember it. And I think Tom Walla was there too that day.
Yeah.
I specifically remember that day because it's the first time I ever worked a gaming tournament.
Yeah.
And I remember how insanely busy it was.
Kid that did that, if you're listening to the show, please call in. We want to interview you. It's probably somebody that races now.
Yeah, next time I talk to Dan, I should ask him if he remembers that, because that was such a crazy moment. Like, it's one of those things that gets ingrained into you.
Yeah.
When I worked at Gamers, I used to deal with kids in capes all the time.
Yeah.
There was a kid that used to call, I kid you not, every single day, asking for new Dragon Ball Z games.
Really?
Yes.
Did he beat the ones he had?
I worked at Gamers for 3 years, and I talked to this kid every single day.
Did they act like? I guess that's the only way to know if there's going to be a new game coming out back then, right?
Hold on a minute.
Sorry.
This gets really good.
Okay.
There finally was a new Dragon Ball Z game, right? I can't remember which one. I remember it being very, very crappy. I remember talking to Mike. He was our store manager. And I remember talking to him about it. He goes, I don't know why this kid likes these games. These games are absolute garbage. They're the worst fighting games ever made.
Yeah.
So anyways, this kid calls. And I remember saying, as a matter of fact, I've been waiting for you to call. We do have the new Dragon Ball Z game. So the kid freaks out. Turns out that not only does he wear a cape full time, he has a nanny. So the nanny brought him to the store.
That was nice.
To buy his Dragon Ball Z game. So it was it was the son of a very wealthy person here in Omaha. I don't know who it was. Not that I care. Not that it matters.
You think they'd have a computer?
But yeah,
I used to look it up.
But the nanny was hot. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the kid had realized that, but I did.
Mm-hmm.
We both did that worked there.
Yeah.
We were like, wow, we finally met this kid, and
we need to just tell him there's new Dragon Ball Z games more often. Like, he calls in and you just like write like super and like extra super and like cool like on the thing, and it's like the same game.
And they're so crappy that he wouldn't know the difference.
Yeah, you're like, this one's got a sticker on it. Like, it's like a Losi sticker or something.
This one's an import.
Yeah.
You just hand him a CD.
Yeah.
And then he takes it home. It doesn't work. And you're like, well, it's an imported game. You got to have the right
you gotta have the correct region of machine to run this fine piece of equipment here. You remember the Team Losi game?
Oh yeah.
For for
not a very good game. Not a very good racing
PlayStation.
game. Yeah.
No.
Not a very good racing game.
I think I rented it. I never owned it.
Mm-hmm.
But I have it now. Actually, I have it, and I have that, and then was the other one for Nintendo. It was like RC Pro-Am.
Well, there was a Sega game with an RC10 on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got to remember I'm going to look that up here while we're doing this. We totally strayed away from race results again.
Oh, that's fine.
That's okay. It's one of these shows.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
It's technically a show.
Yeah, Sega RC car.
That should be our slogan, like our thing, like Hobbytown, Hobbyplex podcast and YouTube channel. It's technically a show.
Is this it? I think this is it. RC Grand Prix?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Thought there was an RC10. Oh, look it. I don't know if you guys can see this. There's a to me a grasshopper and a fox, and it looks like a what has the monoshock in the car? It's a 2-wheel drive car, but it's got the monoshock in the front.
Is it that Schumacher one?
No, it's a Tamiya car.
Oh,
I could have swore there was one with an RC10 on it though, at one time as well. Anyways, I don't know if you can see that, but that right there.
Oh yeah,
it's from not the Sega Genesis, but the Sega.
What?
Yeah, the original Sega, not the Genesis, the one that came before the Sega.
Oh, really?
Had an RC Grand Prix game on it.
Huh.
And
I never had a regular Sega. I just had a Sega Genesis.
Oh, here. Oh, yeah. Game Gear. Here it is. This is a cover I remember. That's
Game Gear.
That's the stealth car.
Was for the portable one.
Yeah, see, it's got the stealth car on the front of it.
Huh. I didn't even know that existed.
Right there, see that?
The game, rather. I knew the car existed. But,
RC Grand Prix on Game Gear had the RC10 on the front of it. And then look at the... well, this isn't...
I kind of want to buy...
Go ahead.
I kind of want to accidentally... because I have that... That's pretty cool. Yeah. I have that Nintendo Wii that I hacked up so it would play emulated games like Homebrew or whatever. I wonder if there's a Homebrew for that. I'm sure there is. Then you can play it. Then I have to buy a Game Gear and a track down a game just so I could play it.
Yeah.
I mean, accidentally, not literally, but accidentally play it on Homebrew by accident.
I remember renting RC Grand Prix on regular Sega and thinking it wasn't near as good as RC Pro-Am. RC Pro-Am is still pretty fun to this day.
Yeah, the Game Gear one is the one I would want to own just because it has an RC10 on it.
Yeah, just because of the cover art. No kidding. I remember the RC10 one, though. I remember seeing that as a kid going, oh, my God, that's an RC game.
That's actually really cool. There was, like, in the 80s and 90s, there was this influx of RC video games.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's like you could totally do that, like with Steam or something, like have VRC on Steam or something where it's easier to play if it doesn't already exist on there. I don't know. And like totally make it like cool where you could drive other vehicles other than 8-scale buggies and short course trucks, right? Those are your only options.
Dude, it's been so long since I played VRC. I don't know if they've changed it.
Yeah. Like they could totally make it like Supercross, where you had a world championship and you had to like do good at Aurora Nats to qualify.
Well, they do that.
Be really
they have
cool.
a VRC world championship. Tom Rinderneck.
I know, but I'm talking about on a PlayStation.
Oh, okay.
That's what I mean. Like you play it on PS4 or Switch or something.
Sorry. I misunderstood. That is pretty cool. That's Masami's car, and then is that Jam and Jay in the front? Could be Jam.
But I mean, you could have like career mode. I don't mean like an actual VRC World Championship or whatever, but you could just have like career, and you could play as cool drivers. You know?
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Yeah, because that's one of the best parts about the Supercross games right now on Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
Is career mode. You just keep going.
Yeah. I think the thing, like I think there's enough tracks now where you could totally like do that. Like, you could call it like a point series or something. I mean, why not just like make it like the INS like series? Like every year, like just download those tracks and then like have those for the following year. That'd be cool.
You know, I got an email once from the guys at VRC.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
I thought it was fake. Because they're like, hey, we'd be interested in using your track in our game.
Yeah.
And I never was. That's a huge missed opportunity. I didn't turn it down. I just sort of ignored the email. That was like 2012.
You're like, that's got to be fake.
That's what I thought. I thought it was no way. This is real. Oh well. All right, back to results.
Okay.
All right, so Saturday Truck Series. We got off on a huge tangent. Pretty fun day, dude. It was very laid back. We only had 6 heats, so it was pretty easy to get through the day. We had 12 13.5 stadium trucks. That was the biggest class of the day. We had 2 mods. We had a small turnout of short course trucks, so I just put them in the same heat. And then, of course, Plex Spec, and then we had a mini Triggy heat. And then, of course, Stock Slash, we had 10. There was 31 people, 39 entries, which means that we should have had 31 slashes.
Yeah.
Everybody should have a slash. Everybody. So, Plex Spec. Plex Spec had Grace and Stevie taking the TQ and win. There's another kid that's been on a roll lately. Grayson doing really good. We had Sawyer Haley in second. He's also doing really good lately. Kid and Sawyer, so Kyle came out and raced. Had his kid with him. He qualified third, finished third. Ridley Duncan, Chili's kid. I did not even know Chili Duncan had kids.
Yeah, doesn't he have like 20 of them or something?
Apparently he's got 3, I think, and I had no clue.
I thought he had 5.
Really? He might have more. I didn't even know. I had no idea about. I don't know anything about Chili's personal life at all.
Yeah.
No idea he had kids. So, I learned something new every day. That's now.
Yeah, I knew he had 5 kids and likes Runza.
Yeah.
That's about all I really know about his personal life.
Yeah. So Ridley got 4th. Jameson Conrad got 5th. Emerson Chestnut, great name, got 6th. And Emmy Sawyer, Kyle's daughter, got 7th. And they all finished too, so that's always good. Anytime you get all the Plex Speckers to finish is that's another win. Grayson pretty much led from the start. He did really good. So then we had our short course trucks. Officially, Chili won 2-wheel drive because he was the only 2-wheel drive. Chad Irwin dominated Pro 4. His truck looked really good. It was kind of fun seeing a good handling Pro 4 truck out there again. I got a kind of a special place in my heart for that class. I always liked racing Pro 4.
I've never raced it.
Well, that's because Associated didn't really. I mean, they had a good handling truck, but it was like one of the worst cars ever to work on.
Yeah, I've never owned one.
Diego finished second. I believe he kept losing to Chili in his 2-wheel drive by like less than a second all day. First and second qualifier, and then 16.619.0 to a 16.619.5, which I think is kind of funny. Okay. Then we have Slash. And I really pushed this class hard again this year for the truck series because even though they're more expensive by $20, this is some of the most fun that I ever have racing RC cars. And I tried to tell everybody that what happens in Slash doesn't matter. And that's kind of a. What I mean by that is that if you want to smash into somebody in a racy way, I think that's totally okay in Slash.
Yeah.
So I took out a few people in both qualifiers.
Nice.
And I completely got annihilated at the start by just about everybody.
I just imagine you with like like when you're driving, you just have like this stupid smile on your face, just like running into people, like Randy Marsh, like that kind of smile, just like.
Dude, I cleaned out TJ Williams, and I think it was Lance Murray. I cleaned both of them out in one corner.
Nice.
Just shot down in there straight on, and just it was like a tackle. It was like one of those videos that you see when somebody steals a bike, and the other guy who got his bike stolen like runs up on him and just throws himself at him.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I did. It was. I couldn't stop laughing. I had a hard time finding my car because I was laughing so hard. So I was like tearing up because I was laughing so hard.
Mm-hmm.
I had to like reassess where I was at and then keep going. So anyways, so I got annihilated at the start, and which is fine. That's what it's all about. So super fun. I did come back to win, but it was by 0.3 of a second over Justin Stevie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Justin bought one?
Yep, Justin has one. There was a couple that were bought that day. I'm pretty sure who bought that one that day. I think Kyle Sawyer bought one the day before. I think Jarman bought his that day. And I want to say that either Connor or maybe it was even Nick. If he's on here, maybe he can respond. I can't remember, but there was at least 2 boxes that were opened up that day, and you just run them.
Mm-hmm.
And mine, I opened mine up on Friday night. I changed the radio out to my radio, and then I plugged in a battery and I propped it up, and I put a little dab of oil on the motor bushing,
mm-hmm.
and I ran the motor in for about 2 minutes on low, just to get it broken in before I actually went out and drove it. And I don't know, I had a pretty fast truck. It was pretty funny. I had a couple people going, "Hey, is that really out of the box?" I'm like, "Yeah, this is what I did." But it was super fun. Those things, honestly, slashes. The slash that I have, I remember it handling better the last time I owned a slash. Like this one, the rear end's kind of squishy and loose, and for some reason I don't remember my previous slash doing that. So I don't know if I changed something on my previous slash, like shock oil.
Which body did you have on it?
Well, I wanted the new one with the lights, the red, white, and blue one. And when we ordered one specifically for me, I came in on a Tuesday to buy it, and they sold it like an hour earlier.
Really?
Yes, and then Traxxas was out of them. And so the race was coming up. So I'm like, well, screw it. I guess I'm just going to buy one of the old ones. So I bought one of the old ones without the lights. And then I found an orange one that had the old price on it still. And it came with a battery. So I went ahead and traded out for that one because I didn't. Or no, it was rock and roll. It was a rock and roll one. I'm sorry. Either way, I just wanted a different color than the standard red or blue one.
They still make the Ford Raptor body one?
They do. We got a whole bunch of those in.
That's probably the one that I would get, like if I was going to do it.
Yeah.
Because I'm nostalgic about.
Those are fun. It's so fun, dude. You should get one. And this is what I was going to bring up. We don't have to race this just on the truck Saturdays. Mm-hmm. I think this would be a really fun Friday night class for like the parents to have, you know? Mm-hmm. So if you guys want to race slash, bring them. And if I can get away, you know, like if I work till 8 on Fridays, but I'll come down and race. I'm all for it because I think slash is super fun. And it's kind of nice to have one again.
Yeah.
So, and we don't allow any changes other than you can use your own radio and you can change the body out. You can make your own body. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
But mine was, other than that, I mean, I had the stock body on mine and everything.
Oh yeah, I'd run the stock body, but I'd want to get the Ford Raptor body because that's what I won the short course showdown with. It was a Ford Raptor body.
Yeah, I wouldn't get a body painted. There's no way I would spend $50 to get a body painted for a stock slash class.
No.
You know.
No. I'd probably put a bunch of cool stickers on mine, make it go faster that way.
Yep. Let's see. So Justin Seavey was second. Kyle Sawyer was third. Kyle led a majority of this race, and then I was he and I got together, and he waited. And I was like, dude, don't wait. Like, I'm not gonna wait for you. Not in this class. There's no way. So Anyways, so he finished third. Justin Stevie did get held up by lap traffic because everybody was trying to take everybody out. So you had to basically you had to drive defensively the whole time. If you were beside or around anybody, you had to assume that they're going to try to take you out in the next corner. Mm-hmm. So you just drove like totally different than you normally would in an actual like buggy race.
Yeah, you got to get them first.
Yeah,
get them before they can get you.
Yeah. On the heat that I posted the second qualifying heat. You should watch it. You should watch it because it's really funny. About 4 or 5 laps in, Justin doesn't even attempt to turn at the end of the straightaway. He literally just goes straight, and he tries to blast like 4 of us that are all right there. It's so funny. Lance Murray had a good finish. He qualified second, finished 4th. Eric Jarman, one of our Patreon guys, he's 5th. Grace and Stevie was having fun. He probably didn't qualify 10th because the transponder kept not working correctly. But he finished 6th. Chris Haida was 7th. TJ Williams was 8th. Connor Hausch was 9th, and Nick Chestnut was 10th. So there was 10 of us. Super fun. I was having such a good time. I hope everybody else was too. Like I said, Slash is not to be taken seriously one bit. Pit maneuvers, takeouts, whatever. It's kind of encouraged. Let's just put it that way. So as long as we can keep it fun and, not take it any seriously at all, I think it'll continue to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Mini Truggy, Logan Prismanis, TQ, and Win. Caleb Singh had a good finish. His truck looked really good. He was giving Logan a run for his money. Chad Irwin was 3rd. Jake Conrad was 4th. Dalton Conrad was 5th. Jason Haley was 6th. Nick didn't run that one. And then the big main of the day was Stadium Truck. You had the mod guys, Caden Bairding, taking the win. Cody Mosier ran mod, so he technically got 2nd. Then TJ Williams, he had a weird day of qualifying. His truck was acting sort of goofy, but he cleaned it up at the end, got the win. John Bairding was 2nd. Justin Stevie was 3rd. Chili Duncan, Kevin Blowers, Cody Haida, Emily Bagley got the bump. Connor Hausch, can't remember what happened to his truck, but something happened to it. And that was that. And then, so that was a Saturday race day. Eleanor the dog disappeared in the middle of the day.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Remember over a year ago, maybe it was 2 years ago now, when Bert just randomly disappeared?
Oh, yeah.
And 2 weeks later, he was brought to a Fremont animal shelter.
Mm-hmm.
And that we think somebody was like, "Oh, cool, a Boston Terrier or whatever, or French Bulldog, whatever he is," and because he's so nice, and they just picked him up and took him, and then they realized that he gets hyper and he pees all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
And probably got dropped off. Either that or they felt bad.
Yeah.
Well, Ella disappeared midday, and we were all freaking out. So after the second qualifier, we took a little bit longer break anyways because I was moving kind of fast, so I was letting people charge. Well, everybody kind of spread out to go look for her. It turns out that she got picked up by somebody at the top of the hill, and was taken apparently to almost to Glenwood, Iowa. And she's chipped. So apparently they called into the Humane Society, I think is how it works. So they were going to bring her to the Humane Society, but the Humane Society was full or something like that. So anyways, it turns out Andy ended up going and getting his dog like halfway through the day. That disappeared. So yeah, that would have sucked. So she's a good dog, but they might need to think about maybe tying her in from now on. I don't know. Because if they found her at the top of if they didn't pick her up outside the parking lot and they actually did find her where they said they found her, then that means that she wandered up there by herself. That's not a good idea, especially for any dog. So
yeah.
But they found her, so that was good. That was a bright spot. Because I was going to be really bummed out if she just was never seen again,
Yeah.
She's such a smart dog. Like, labs are just pretty smart. Because I'll point. I mean, I'll look at her and go, you need to go back over there. And I'll point. And she'll see me point, and she'll look. And then she'll go. You know? Not many species of animals that aren't human can do that, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
We just got a super chat. Nick Nuthouse.
Oh, really? For how much?
$5.
Why'd you put me down for $250?
He wants to know what the next layout is going to look like.
So we're going to have some turns. It'll be dirt.
Sorry. Okay. I will give you guys a little bit of insight. So what's going to happen. And then we'll probably have to wrap this up. We'll drop in. We'll come up that hill after you drop in off the crossover. And you'll take a left. And you'll go down. And instead of turning towards the driver's stand like we're doing now, there will be a jump along that new wall. Then you'll do a 180 and come back to where that single is. Except that from now, instead of being straight on, you're actually going to hit it from an angle.
Oh, nice.
So it'll totally change how that one obstacle is being used. Then you'll turn right, and instead of having a whoop hill with a turn in it, you're going to go straight up and do a 180 before the straightaway.
Nice.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
And it might be slightly off camber just because of the natural shape of the dirt. So there you go. That's how it's going to be. Shouldn't take me too long. Next week, there is no show, or is there a show next week? No, there is a show next week. So, because it'll be the 30th. So basically, after we get done with the podcast next week, I'm going to go to the track. And I'm going to tear up what I'm going to tear up, and then I'll oh, you know what? There might not be a show. You guys are going to leave, aren't you?
Where?
Is that next week?
That's in June.
Oh, that's in June? Okay, never mind. Anyways, so yeah, so it'll take me a Monday night and a Tuesday, and it'll be done. So,
is there still going to be a crossover?
The crossover is going to stay there for one more round. The crossover will be gone in July. So... And we're going to use the whole track in July.
Nice.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Well, let's take a pivot break, and then we'll get to comments, and then we'll get out of here.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Yeah!
This is a Pivot Lending Update with David Olson and Don Zoller. Get some.
Hi, this is David Olson with Pivot Lending Group, and today we want to talk about the Lock and Shop program that we brought back to you guys in May. And it's important today because interest rates are on the rise. The Fed is determined that they are going to potentially raise interest rates at least 2 to 3 times this coming year. And within the dynamics of our industry, we have some quantitative easing that's going to be pulled back. So currently, the Treasury has conservatorship over Fannie Mae, and they are purchasing in the mortgage world, mortgage-backed securities at a certain rate, a pretty fast rate. And that purchase program has really helped to create a market for mortgage-backed securities over the last probably decade, and has been one of the big catalysts for driving interest rates down. And it's been announced that not only are they looking to raise interest rates, they're looking to pull back on the purchasing of mortgages, which means that it will be more driven, rates will be driven by the private sector. And inevitably, that means the rate of return that a private investor is going to want over the government right now is going to be substantially higher. In addition to the quantitative easing being restricted or being pulled back, we also have inflation. And so inflation now, decade over decade, we're seeing inflation move out of that transitory conversation and actually hit the kitchen table economics as far as gas, bread, butter. And with inflation comes higher interest rates, higher returns on everything across the financial industry. So between the inflationary environment, the quantitative easing environment, and then the rates in conjunction with the inflation, we're going to be in a different world altogether as far as rates this time next year. So why am I talking about the Shop and Lock program? It allows you to lock in as we see rates moving up dramatically month over month this coming year and even into 2023. You're going to have the ability for $500 to come into our office, complete an application, get pre-approved, and then lock your interest rate, even without finding a home yet. And you'll have 60 days, so 2 months to find a home. Once you find a home, you have 30 days to close on that home. So for $500, we're going to basically give you 90 days to secure that interest rate. We guarantee that we'll close it within 30 days if you can guarantee you can find the home within 60 days. Once we close, or during that closing process, we will give you a lender credit for the $500. We'll take that $500 off of your closing costs so that it doesn't cost you anything out of pocket to lock that interest rate, use that program. If you do not find anything outside of that period, then there's the $500 charge. Now, that being said, some people are going to say, well, in this market, you can't find a house in 60 days. You'll be surprised how many houses, what the inventory starts to look like here over the next 12 months. With rates going up, the purchasing power is going to go down, and you're going to see people that are sliding outside of those debt ratio parameters or just not qualifying within a higher rate environment. And so there are going to be fewer buyers, and that's going to allow you more time to look at the inventory that's out there. So the positive of a higher rate environment and all the things we're talking about, as well as the Shop and Lock program, does benefit the folks out there that have been out of the market and unable to find anything or put cash down to be that cash buyer. So we're excited to see the opportunities will be growing for that sector of the consumer market here in 2022. So Shop and Lock program is fantastic for you guys. Let me know if I can help. Give me a call, 402-881-5951. Shoot me a text. Just make sure that you put your name on there and the best way to reach you, whether it's via text or email. And we'll talk to you guys soon.
David Olson, NMLS 16099. Don Zoller, NMLS 277589. Pivot Lending, NMLS 109995.
We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Hold on, I'm coming. All right, I'm here.
Let's see. All right. Comments. I didn't find anything to talk about on Facebook while we were listening to Pivot. So, Nick Nuthouse says Stock Slash is the most entertaining class. Weberized says hit that like button, and if you're feeling spicy, give a show a share.
Yeah, do it.
Peter Renault got a new Chihuahua today, and he loves him.
A Chihuahua.
A Chihuahua. What's the Chihuahua's name? You can't tell us. You got a new dog without telling us the name of the dog.
Yeah.
Not allowed to have a dog.
You're not.
No. Plus, we're never home. That's why cats are better for us.
Yeah.
Cats get all the attention they deserve when we're home, and when we're not home, they don't really give a shit. It's just like, oh, you guys are home? Great. I'm going to go over here.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Thanks for showing up.
They wanted to know what new chassis you were putting on your car. You already told us.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to actually run it yet or not. If I race on Saturday, I might try it.
Yeah.
I don't know yet.
Matt Olson asked Dakota about what happened to his car in the four-wheel drive, and he just said, I'm not going to say.
What?
Well, I can assume. I would assume that means that it was probably something going down with the ESC. Because
what ESC does he use?
Isn't he running the new Trinity stuff?
Trinity has a speed control?
They do.
Oh. I thought it would have been something else.
Mm-mm. I think he was running Team Powers for a little while, and then Trinity came out with their own ESC.
No, I mean, like, I think it was something else that was probably his problem.
Oh.
So I think.
Oh. We already talked about that. They were talking about putting new carpet over the carpet there for the Roar Nats, and I think Jason told Matt he thought the carpet was fine the way it was. That's at this Northwest Hobbies place. Speaking of that, the Plex is probably getting new carpet again next year.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's cool.
And that means that the current black carpet that's on there, which is actually put over the old gray carpet, is going to be for off-road use only.
Oh, really?
Yep.
So they're going to roll up the new carpet and...
They're going to lay out the new carpet, and then we're going to roll out the off-road carpet over the new carpet every time that we race carpet off-road.
Oh, really?
It's going to suck.
Yeah.
It's going to suck for us. But you know what? That's what we have part-timers for.
Yeah. Go down there and set the track up.
Kind of like how I've kind of let Emerson loose with setting up Tuesday night races, the racetracks. We'll probably figure out a way to do that.
Would you have to do that for Tiny Tuesdays too?
I probably. Although, I don't know about that. Tuesdays don't really... The Tiny Tuesday cars don't really damage anything. Yeah. I know Tim doesn't like the jumps being put down, but I'm going to try to do better with that. A lot of our jumps are old and need to be either rebuilt or kind of reinforced. So we'll get there. Oh, let's see. Steve said he's going to race this weekend. Peter says he's going to race this weekend in Canada.
Ooh.
Steve says when you did inventory before the new owner took you over, you mentioned it had been a while. Did you find or not find a lot? No, there wasn't really. Our inventory was off, but a lot of that had to do with how much inventory we'd ordered the last 2 years.
Yeah.
It had a lot more to do with that. Also, I got to say, one of the guys that used to work for us that would do orders or try to do orders wasn't very good at doing orders and would mess up a lot of orders, messed up a lot of our inventory because they didn't know how to do orders.
Yeah.
So over a while, I had been finding stuff that was way off. You know, like it said, we had some cars in stock we haven't had in like 6 years. And a lot of that had to do with that.
Cars?
Like we had cars on the wall that we had in stock, but showed that we had no in stock because this person didn't quite know how to do orders the right way, or the other,
like he didn't receive them.
Yeah, or the other way around.
Huh. Yuck.
Used to wear a hat. Used to have a long beard. Used to talk real slow.
Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about.
Alex, did you get the outdrives for the RB10? I think we did. I think when I was doing the associated order today, actually, that's one thing that I remember seeing. So I'm pretty sure we did, actually. Now that you asked, Steve. I'll look again tomorrow, but I'm pretty sure we did. Will, do you think AE will release a new four-wheel drive buggy anytime soon?
I have no idea. I thought they would have had a new four-wheel before a new two-wheel, but I have no idea if one's in the works. I could give you the whole, I'm on the podcast right now. I could do the sorry, my wife's here. She's holding an RC car. It's like it's a Conquest something or other. Yeah. But anyway,
I'm sorry.
What was I talking about? Oh,
I
could give the whole associated Team Associated. We're always working and developing on new products and new race cars.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, do they need a new one? Is the B74.2
I don't know.
Any good?
See, I would have thought that
never even driven one.
I would have thought that they didn't need a new two wheel, but the new two wheel is better than the old one. So I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, two wheel's good, but hey, this one's a little better.
Nick says he wants to go all AE, but he doesn't want to buy the current one. Just have to wait for the new one to drop. Doesn't oh God. What's Ripcast? Doesn't he say that all the time?
What's that?
That he'll just wait for the new one.
Oh yeah, he always said. Yeah, Gotti always says
Gotti.
that.
Yeah,
Like
Ray Jr.
every vehicle, like a new one comes out. Oh, let's wait for the next one. Let's wait for the new one. That's pretty funny. That's a good gag.
Yeah.
You know? That's what my dad would always say about computers, because we never had a computer growing up. But anyway, go ahead.
Do you need new standoffs for the 13 millimeter shocks?
No, I think they're the same ones.
Okay.
I believe so.
That's a really good question. That's a really good question.
I think that I think that the new shocks will just bolt right on. Honestly.
What?
Well, we can find out. Let's look here. I got my old car sitting over here. Well, I did. Wonder where it is. Oh, here it is. It's all taken apart. Oh. Yeah, the standoffs are different lengths.
Uh-oh.
At least in the rear. Yeah, the rear ones are a little different. Front ones are the same, but I think they changed some of the geometry. So
Right.
I don't know. I'm going to tell you to run the 13 mil shocks, you might need the new front clip, and then the rear ones you need different standoffs. I mean, that's my final answer. Just looking at stuff.
Okay. What is class difference between stadium truck and short course truck? So stadium trucks, the wheels stick out from the body. Short course trucks, the wheels are underneath the body. Stadium trucks are shorter. Short course trucks are longer.
Mm-hmm.
Short course trucks handle like pig vomit, and stadium trucks usually handle pretty good.
Stadium truck drives like a really dialed buggy. On a good day, it should.
Yeah.
That's the way mine drives. Mine drives like a really easy to drive plush buggy. That's why I like driving that rather than four wheel, because it's easier for me to go back and forth on.
Did you see the Nats signups opened up today?
10 scale. For dirt?
Yeah.
For dirt or carpet?
10 scale. Dirt.
Yeah.
Did you see that short course is still on there?
Really?
Yes.
That's weird.
So I put in my bid last year for the Nats for this year, and one of the things that I wrote on there was, listen, guys, short course has got to go on the national level. There's absolutely no reason to have that class, unfortunately, anymore at the Roar Nats.
Mm-hmm.
The last 5 years, they haven't been able to fill up a heat.
I mean, if they still wanted to have it, why wouldn't they just have it with 8 scale? Because or the e-buggy Nats, like they do four wheel drive short course.
The jumps aren't appropriate.
So,
well, I'm just saying.
I'm just saying too. Like, hey, there's 7 entries. If you guys want to have a 7 entry class, you can do it on this track.
Yeah, I know. 7's a lot. You're giving it too much credit. I think last year
that's what they had last year, wasn't
there?
No,
I thought it was like 5, 4 or 5.
Oh, I had 7.
Oh.
Well, excuse me.
Sorry. I'm not anti short course. I just think that the race program needs to get cleaned up a little bit. That's something that it's got to go.
Mm-hmm.
Have it at regionals.
That's like the first thing
some
that
of your
people,
big races.
Yeah, that's the first thing that people complain about is that there's too many classes.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, and then they added a 40-plus buggy and a 15 and under stock, which I actually agree with. I think you need to have those again.
Yeah, if you're going to add 2 classes, you should try and drop 1.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if they're only getting 7 entries, it's only like another half hour to the program.
Yeah.
It's still a half hour. Half hour going out to eat or getting some sleep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
TJ Williams says he took Justin out so Alex could win. I feel like I should slip TJ like $5.
Mm-hmm. At least give him the Plex bucks that you would have won.
Peter says you should be able to Mad Max the outside of the stock slashes. That'd be funny.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
What happened to Richard? I believe Richard is at home asleep.
Yeah, he's just a tired boy.
Yeah, he's been working
He's
a lot.
Tired guy.
He's been editing, and my sister's been really busy. I'm really proud of her. She's got a good business going.
Yeah.
And we take up 3 hours of it every single day.
Yeah.
Sometimes more.
Sometimes less.
A show on Memorial Day. I guess it would technically be Memorial Day next Monday.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't care. Do you care?
I'll be here, I guess.
Yeah,
I should be.
I'll be here. It's the first Monday of the month that we're not going to be here. That'll be June 6th.
Yeah. Well, it's like, heck, I don't know. Like I'll have the day off. And then Aaron will be out of town. I mean, I could probably drive up for it.
Oh, man. My sister would lay out the red carpet for you. Probably get like wings and
yeah, well,
pizza.
we just plan on that. We'll just plan on that, and then we can go to dinner or something.
Yeah, and hopefully I can ride my scooter here. Hopefully it's nice enough, because I was going to ride today, but it's cold out.
I should just truck my scooter up there so we can go right.
Yeah.
Oh, do you have Monday off?
Margie's got her scooter running too. We could be a scooter gang.
Do you have Monday off?
Yes.
We should do a scooter ride on Monday.
Yeah, we should. I'm fine.
I'll
fine with that.
I'll throw mine in the back of my pickup and take it up there.
Okay.
All right.
I'm down. I'm down with that.
Mm-hmm.
I think Emerson's out of school too, so he'll want to ride his dirt bike with us, which makes me very uncomfortable. Because then I have to worry about police all the time.
Mm-hmm. I do too. My tags are 2 years expired.
Oh, I don't even have tags on mine yet. I did get my title for mine though. I did get my title.
Nice.
Okay. No show after the next Summer Series race. That's correct. That's the first Monday of the month, so we're going to skip that one. I do have a plan for that day though, but it's not going to be live.
Mm-hmm.
So Nick says, so crossover is gone. Crossover is there for one more month. It'll be there for the month of June, and then when we do the J Concepts INS race, we'll change it out. So, okay, we're almost done. Jake Hybrider, I did see this. Did you see the new HB Racing two-wheel drive buggy that got announced today?
I did. Did you see the price?
Is it actually $1,245?
That's got to be a mistake.
It's got to be retail.
Yeah, that has to be the retail price.
Because if it is $1,245, I feel bad they're not going to sell any of them. Can't be that much
said
money.
there is 1,000 spots. I mean, that's a pretty big container.
True.
Isn't it?
Yeah, that's a
lot.
To be honest with you, I'd probably buy one.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have a two-wheel drive sponsorship. I'd probably buy one just to have it.
Yeah.
I wonder how cool of a carpet car that would be.
I don't know.
I wonder if I'd be in the same situation with my Schumacher where I start to get very unhappy with it.
I think you'd be mad if you broke something.
I would be mad. That's happened to me before.
But if history repeats itself with the HB 10 scale stuff, it's going to be built like a tank.
Like a tank, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. But, no, it'd be interesting to
I need to see
more
more pictures of it. I only saw the press release. I want to see more pictures of it. So I think I'm gonna try to search that. It was developed for carpet, Jacob Heidbreder says. Remember Jacob?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, he races at Star Hobbies, whatever that place is called over there in Davenport, the other side of Iowa from us.
Oh, okay.
They had that really big carpet track with the double wall rides.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty cool looking. They run foam there though.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that. Yeah. Nothing against what you guys got going on. I'm just foam don't interest me, baby.
Yeah. Okay, well we better go. I gotta go.
If I were to race 12 scale, I'd race 12 scale, you know.
Okay. Well, hey, this show is brought to you once again by Pivot Lending Group. You can find them at pivotlending.com. Mention our show to Don Zoller or Aiden Olson's dad, and you can get a $500 lender credit or 0.125 off your interest rate. And make sure if you're in any market for a home loan and you watch this show, please do that. Because even though sometimes we think we run out of stuff to talk about, we've been on today for almost 2 hours.
Yeah.
So we had nothing to talk about today at all. So go figure.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think that's it.
Okay.
All right. thanks for being on the show, even though you didn't miss this weekend.
No, I need a weekend off.
Yeah, I hear you.
And stuff.
I wish I could have a weekend off. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I have next weekend off.
Mm-hmm.
Graduation party, so
yeah,
I won't be there.
Been hitting it pretty hard lately.
Friday or Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay.
All right. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for listening.
Yep.